Tides of change, welcome to our special coverage, and today we are at Ningde. So this is the Sanduao of Ningde. This is a very beautiful place and also a hometown to the yellow croaker. I'm from the CGTN Zhao Yunfei, and also I'm the reporter Xinmeng. And today is a special coverage because we have this live streaming in the evening. But today we are not bringing you the natural scenery, and today we are focusing on the fish and the croakers. So for the croakers, it's actually quite magical. From the name, you would tell this croaker is yellow, but actually today when we are seeing the fish, it's white croaker. We thought this is maybe a silver croaker instead of a yellow croaker. Now the night falls and we are coming here to uncover the mystery and how the croaker turned from silver to yellow. Naturally today at around 6:30 p.m. it's quite bustling in this place because the fishermen start working right now. This hour actually it is the busiest hour for the fishermen. So it's just like a floating village. For the whole area, the marine culture area is actually built above the sea area. So every day when we come to this hour, everyone is quite busy. I think it's quite magical. I believe you could hear the sound of the croaker. So first of all, for the fishermen, they have to bring all the fishes into this area. In Sanduao, the way they're driving the fish is quite different because you could see they're using the bamboo pole. So first I would like to introduce with you about our special guest, Mr. Song. So Mr. Song has been working in this area for many years. So right now we are trying to catch the fish, right? In Ningde, actually we have a traditional way to catch the fish. Actually we are using the bamboo pole trying to collect the fish. So first we will try to drive all the fish into a certain area, and then we will try to seize all the croakers. So in this area, from three areas, you could see we have workers. They are knocking the bamboo pole. Maybe we could take a closer look in the pond. Here comes the cloud. When the fish coming over, we have to lift the net. This is the way how we catch the croakers. So when we are knocking the bamboo pole, all the fish are coming to a certain area. Then we are able to catch some of these fish. Yeah, actually they reserved this place for us. We don't have any fish here. So when the workers are trying to knock the bamboo poles, and then you could see the croakers and coming to this area. Because for all of these croakers, the fear of sound. For some of the fish, they already turn yellow. Maybe we just want to pay attention to one particular croaker. For this one, you could see for some of its scales already turned yellow, but for the body of the croaker still silver. I have to put it back to the pond. So for this one, you could see it's still in silver color. So we have to put it back to a water tank. Yesterday, we also have the same experience for the sea fishes. If they leave the water for such a long time, then it will die. So that's why we have to bring it back into a water tank. So the first step for us is to catch the fish first. So first, today we want to bring some croakers on shore, and then later we will show you what the color will change for these croakers. So actually for this kind of croakers, they will produce the golden gland, the golden pigment in the evening hours. So first of all, we try to drive all the croakers in a specific area, and then we will cover all the croakers with black cloth. Especially in a dark environment, for this fish, they will produce the golden pigment, and in the end, you will see we have yellow croakers in the end. So in this area, you could see we have many croakers inside of the net, but they are not quite golden or not quite yellow. So we have to cover them up with a black cloth. That's what we are talking about. We have to catch all of these yellow croakers in the evening hours. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment in our social media platform. So you could actually watch our live streaming in Yang Shiping, CCTV News, CGTN, and also Twitter, Facebook, etc. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. We'll try to answer your questions. So for the fish, actually it's quite sticky. Yesterday when we tried to have some photos of the croaker, well, it's very difficult to see the croaker because it keeps moving and it's quite sticky. So now the staff members are trying to cover this area with a black cloth. So first they have to lift the net. And the second step is to cover the whole area with a black cloth. So it feels like it's time for sleep. So maybe later we will see some yellow croakers later. In such a dark environment, silver will turn into yellow. So for the whole croaker will turn golden. I think in about 20 or 25 minutes, all the croakers will turn golden. So half an hour later, we will come back to see how the color changes for the croakers. Because right now we are seeing for some of the fishes they're still in silver color, but later let's see if some of these croakers will turn into golden color. Soon we are going to hop on a boat and we will travel through this area. Actually, in Sanduao, it's a very beautiful place. And later we will take a raft and then we will have a quick visit in the marine culture area. So I think in this place is really quiet. I think it's a perfect place for nurturing homes. We have very good weather and also very clean air. So we will be traveling on in the water about like 30 seconds, maybe, well, just a reminder. Maybe the signal will be interrupted, but just within 30 seconds, we will arrive in another marine culture area. Stay with us. Just in 30 seconds, we will arrive in the marine culture area. It's the first time I'm traveling on the sea in the evening hours. How's the signal? Maybe you could leave a comment. Now we enter into another area of the marine culture. Just take a look here. So we always talk about this area as a village, a floating village, because for many places you could see it was built with these support and also the rubble cages. And for this wood, and this is the traditional way of the wooden marine culture area. But right now we have the new materials to build this marine culture area. This is actually an eco-friendly marine culture area. So because right now we don't have any intensive breeding, so the fish have more space. And also in this area, it is also used to breed the croakers. This is quite systemic. So first we separate different fishes and different croakers, and also we could see these croakers at different stages. Good evening. We just finished dinner. So you live here, yes? So where do you live? So this is the place where the fishermen live and work. Just take a look. This is actually the bedroom from this lady. I think this is quite a decent place. How long have you been working here? About 5 to 6 years. And this lady lives in this place for 4 to 5 years. And she never leaves this place because they have seafood. But from time to time, he will go on the shore and to buy some other vegetables. We have the fishermen to provide fresh water and also to provide meat. And also we are able to see some pets in this area. And for some fishermen, they think maybe sometimes they feel a little bit bored and they will try to raise some pets. So for this lady, she lives with her husband. And actually, for each compound, we have 2 couples. So what is the working procedure for you? We woke up at about 4:30 a.m. and then we start fishing. And we come back to clean up ourselves, and then we eat breakfast. Then the boat will come over, and then we try to unload some of the fish and wash the fish. And then we will have a short visit to the marine culture area, and also we are trying to clean the garbage. So maybe I will try to recap. So every morning and every day, so the fish will bring some of the baits, and they will unload the bait and to feed the fish. Then they will clean the fish. So what do you have for your dinner? So actually, if you live in this place, every day you're able to have some fish. Thank you for your introduction. So actually, this is quite a routine life for the fishermen. So in the past, people always live in this marine culture area. However, that is quite dangerous. So in recent years, the government has provided some subsidies. So some of the fishermen, they are able to build a house on the land. So this will also help them to prevent them from attack from typhoon and other natural disasters. Especially when typhoon come over, and then these fishermen will go to shelter places. So right now I would like to read some of the comments. And some people are asking, where are you from YouTube? So we are in the southeast part of Fujian province in Sanduao. So this is actually a new developed place in Fujian province. And also we have some comments from Weibo. And actually, she or he gave us some tips. So asking maybe we should wear some of the life vests for protection. Actually, we are not traveling really far away. We are still in the marine culture area. And also for our driver and the pilot, they have been in this place for many years. And this is actually the way for transportation for the fishermen. And also for some fishermen, they also raise pets, for example, dogs and cats. And for example, if a dog is raised above the sea, maybe they think the whole world is like this. Let's take a look at what is this place. I think this is a small community in this area, because you have schools and also you have some medical centers. And for each house, you have the bathroom, and if you're not feeling well, also we have the medical center. So we have the doctors living above the sea. And also, in this place, you can see we have a court. This is amazing. Maybe sometimes there may be some disputes of collection of the croakers, the fish. So I believe the court is for dispute settlement. And for each room, we have its own function. So I think it's quite a comprehensive community. And on our left side is a very large size of the pond. And in this area, the depth is about 12 meters. And also for the length and the width is 24 meters for each. It's just like a large cube, and also we would like to provide sufficient space for the croakers. And for each cube, it's actually a marine culture area. So actually we have over 12 cube in this area. I can't wait to have a taste of the croaker. So actually we are following by the fragrance of the croaker. Now we are coming to the kitchen. Let's see what we have in the kitchen. So we actually prepare a feast of the croakers, and this one is the crocus noodle. And also we have the spicy and sour croaker. And also we have the pan-fried croaker. And also we have the croakers with the pickled Chinese cabbage. Now we are trying to make the braised croaker. Actually, for this one, you could see it's not that yellow or not that golden color. Actually, we catch all these fishes in early hours. But if we catch the croakers in the evening hours, maybe it will turn yellow. This is a very traditional way of cooking. They just have some basic ingredients and also put the croakers inside of the wok. Because for the fish, it's of very high quality, so you don't have to put more ingredients to cover up the flavor of the fish. Believe for the viewers, you're not able to know how good it is for the croaker. It's time for dinner, and we would like to have a taste of this yellow croaker. This smells so good. So we're going to another place for dinner. So we are going to the rooftop so we could enjoy the evening view and also taste the delicious yellow croakers. Good evening, Mr. Yo. So this is the person in charge of the Sanduao food company. So Mr. Yo will join us for dinner. So this is the pan-fried croaker, and also we have the sour and the spicy croaker. And for the traditional cooking, actually, we put the croakers on top of tofu. This is actually a signature product from Sanduao Food Company, and we catch the fresh, the yellow croakers. Actually, we have a company focusing on the breeding, and also the Sanduao company will focusing on the processing of the croaker. It's very crispy. And also the texture of the croaker is quite different compared to other fish. It's quite tender and soft. And for the yellow croaker, it's actually suitable for all different age groups. And I don't think there were so many bones for the croakers. It's quite crispy on the surface and also very tender for the meat. Actually, there are many ways to cook the croaker. So this is the fish fillet. And also we make the fish together with the pickle. And we have 5 ways to make the croaker. So actually we do have a vendor to provide the croakers to send to our food company. So this is the croaker with the pickle. So for the fish, it's quite special. Just take a look at the texture of the meat. So now you could see this is a very typical sea fish. And for this fish fillet, you don't see any bones, and it is quite healthy. And as I said, we have 5 flavors. Again, we have 5 flavors of the croakers. We already help you to prepare for the croaker. I want to take a look on the croakers on sales. We have fresh croakers. So after they lift the fish and catch the fish, and then we will put it on sales. So just take a look at this one. So for this fish in daytime, it is silver, but right now it's in the evening. It turned into yellow. So if you touch it, you could feel it is quite sticky. So in the sea area of the Sanduao, for all of these croakers will turn yellow in the evening hours. So right now, as we are working on the artificial breeding, so we are trying to seize the fish in the evening. So maybe you could pay a visit to the marine culture area to see what are the differences. So in South Korea, Taiwan, Macau, Hong Kong, and these places, we could make the yellow croaker available to all the different places. So also for some overseas Chinese, they are also fond of this kind of yellow croaker. Actually, 85% of the yellow croakers are produced from Fujian province. And also it will help with us with the poverty alleviation. And for the senior officials of Fujian province, they also attach great importance of the breeding of the yellow croakers. So thanks to the leadership of the provincial government, they help us a lot with the poverty alleviation. And also for General Secretary, when he is visiting in this area, also point out a lot of guidance on the development of the yellow croaker industry. So the top destination for the export is to the South Korea. So for some of the croakers, we catch it for fresh and then we will try to dry them. And then we will marinate the croakers. So this is the first way we prepare the croakers for export. And also for some croakers, we will try to put it into the refrigerator to make it frozen croakers. In Taiwan and Hong Kong, we will try to deliver fresh yellow croakers. And for people from those areas, they all love the yellow croakers. So for example, if we are able to catch the fish tonight, so how long it takes for us to send the fish to South Korea or to Hong Kong? If we send the fish to Taiwan and Hong Kong, by tomorrow you are able to receive the fish. But for the South Korea, it takes about 4 to 5 days. And we have to process the yellow croakers first before we export those fishes. And also we will work with some of the trade company from Hong Kong, and then we will try to export the fish to South Korea. And soon we will go back to the marine culture area. And also we have very good sales inside of Chinese mainland. Because if you look at the texture of the yellow croaker, you understand this is a very good quality. And it is very healthy to eat the yellow croaker. So if we catch a fish today and then by tomorrow you're able to have a taste of the croaker. Actually, for the export, it takes a big proportion for the export in Fujian province. So speaking of that, maybe we should go back to the marine culture area to take a look at the yellow croaker. So we are running out of time. We will have a taste of this braised croaker. Just have a taste. Very fresh and delicious. Actually, for the yellow croaker produced by the Sanduao, you could see it is quite light and delicious. And also it is very healthy to eat the yellow croakers. And also we don't have to found any bones of the yellow croaker. Now it's 7 p.m. We will go back to the marine culture area to see the crocus we just caught. Now it's 10 past 7 p.m. So this is special coverage, the tides of change. And I'm not sure whether all the crocus turn yellow from silver. And when I saw the box presented by Mr. Yu, you could see for all these crocus, they're golden crocus. That's quite different from the crocus we just caught. So now we are going back to the marine culture area to see whether those crocus turned yellow. Because a half an hour ago, for those crocus, is still in silver color, and we are covering the marine culture area with the black cloth. We don't know whether those crocus will turn into yellow in the end. So just a reminder, be with us, just 30 seconds, we will arrive at the marine culture area. Stay with us to see whether we have some yellow crocus in the end. Finally, we come back to the marine culture area. So soon we will come to the exciting moment. Can you hear the sound of the crocus? Take a look at that. So in this area, we are not covering them with the black cloth, so they're not that yellow. So now you could see many fishermen are coming to this area to collect some fish. Now we are ready to lift the black cloth. This is a time to see some miracles. Look at that. Some of the fish already turn yellow. And if we put these three fish in low temperature, maybe they will turn yellow much faster. So maybe we should have some comparison. Because earlier we already prepared some fish in the bucket. I will try to catch a big one. So it turned yellow a little bit. Just take a look at this one. If you look closer, well, actually, you have a big change of the color. Quite a difference. Just look at the fin and also the body of the croaker. It's shining.
Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond.
Welcome back. We are coming back to the marine culture area. This is what we call a floating village. And this is quite a bustling place.
Home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals strive for a better life, join CGTN's adventure, Tides of Change Part 2, a journey enchanted by a dynamic ocean and beyond. The East China Sea, home of dream seekers, where China's hub for reform and opening up connects with the maritime Silk Road. Whether it's exploring the busiest seaport and trade zone, or witnessing how locals
Welcome back. It feels like the signal is not that well. And naturally today we experience how these croakers turn from silver to yellow. So these are the croakers just caught a minute ago. So when we are catching some of the croakers, we are putting them into the refrigerator, and in some of the water tank, you could see for the fishermen, they're actually putting some ice cube inside of the box. So when the fish are in low temperature, you could see the golden glands will continue to produce the yellow pigment. So during the offline areas, and we just like turn off all the lights because it is quite reversible for the change of color. So if these croakers were exposed with strong light, and then they will turn back to silver again. But in the evening hour, and then they will turn yellow, or if we cover these croakers with the black clothes, and also they will turn yellow. So maybe today during the live streaming, we have too much lights on site. That's why these croakers are still silver. So these are the croakers ready for sales. So Mr. Wang, can you introduce your colleagues? So they are responsible to collect the croakers and do the processing of the croakers. And first of all, we will put in the different croakers into different categories. And also we try to seal all of these croakers. For example, for the croakers with different size and different weight, and we will put it into different boxes for package. And also they will try to cover these croakers with ice. It feels like they will cover the head of the croakers with the ice. Well, actually they are putting the ice inside of the mouth of the fish. So this is to make sure that all the croakers are stored in low temperature. And actually for the price, for the large size of the croakers, the small size is quite different. This is actually depending on the weight. So all in all, the price is decided by the size. So for the yellow croaker, and some people are also saying we have what we call the big yellow croakers. So are they with the same category? If we will catch the croakers in different sea areas, maybe they will show different features. And also the texture is quite different. So we will ship all of these croakers to different parts of China. So tonight we are just trying to collect some of the freshly caught fish, and we will transfer it into the deck to the wharf, and then all of these fish will be transported to different parts of China. So for example, we caught some fishes today, and tomorrow in the morning section of the market, and then you're able to buy some of these fresh croakers. So I believe every evening you will come here to collect the fish. So what is the quantity? Every night we will collect about so I have to do the math. So thank you for your introduction about the procedure of collecting the fish. I think it's quite an experience today. So the look and feel of today's live coverage is quite different from the tides of change. So in the past, we always focus on the landscape, the natural sceneries. But today, when we are coming to Sanduao, we are focusing on the croakers. And Sanduao is actually a very important place in Ningde. It's a deep port. And also the livelihood of people who are living here actually connects with the whole world. So now we are coming to the end of the live coverage. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.